What is up, guys? It's Flash back with some more charts and another video, and today we're going to continue putting some puzzle pieces together. I was just looking at a few charts and kind of realized something, and I want to talk about Google, one of the Magnificent Seven stocks, its relation to Bitcoin, its relation to the broader market. I want to see if Bitcoin can, Google can maybe help us figure out what is exactly happening. There's so many charts, so many things to keep track of. I like to zoom out and kind of look at the bigger picture and look at where the capital flows are going. And I want to say that Google is trying to tell us something. What I mean by that is Google breaks out, incredible run over the past 2 decades, obviously. Rolling top right here, comes down into a correction and then comes back up in some sort of rising wedge formation and looks like it's breaking down. That tells me something, like something's not quite right. Obviously Nvidia is going to the moon, NASDAQ is doing super well, but I feel like Google's trying to let us know that something isn't quite right, especially with Bitcoin. Bitcoin's charging towards all-time highs as we speak. But what I'm going to do is overlay the chart of Bitcoin right here, and I want to just kind of look at it with you guys. And so I'm going to click the add button up here. Recent symbols, BTCUSD. We're going to do new price scale. We're going to put this into log, and then we're going to make a line chart for Google. So right now I have Bitcoin overlaid on Google. So I'm going to have to match this up, but I want to kind of walk through how these are matching up with each other. So let's go back to 2015. Google breaks out, Bitcoin breaks out, right? And so let's just try to match these lines up as best we can. Bitcoin went up a lot more, but they kind of rhyme, right? So look at that. They peak out together. Google actually makes a higher high, comes back down, goes back up. You kind of get the idea. Look at this V shape right here. Both break out together. And now look where we're at. Bitcoin tops, Google tops. They both roll over. And now you see Bitcoin charging towards all-time highs. And look at Google, double top. It actually breached its high back on from February 2022. It breached the high, came back down, and now is breaking down out of this rising wedge, right? So I wonder if Bitcoin could do the same thing. Could it do the same thing? I'm not sure, but you cannot deny that these two go up and match each other. They're part of that's technology, right? Bitcoin is a technology. Google provides technology. They rhyme, right? So back to Google's chart. Just to kind of bring it full circle. That's not a pretty looking chart. That doesn't scream like this is continuation upwards. I'm gonna go right over to Bitcoin. Look at that thing. Could it breach this top and come back in for a correction? Who's to say? I don't know. It's just something that kind of caught my eye, and I was like, wait a second. And then you look at Apple. Apple doesn't look all that hot either. You know what? Let's do this together. Let's add Bitcoin to Apple as well. New price scale. Make this logarithmic. Put it on the line. Okay. Interesting. Here I am. I'm trying to track it here. So Bitcoin kind of peaks earlier than Apple peaks, it looks like. So far, right? Bitcoin peaks, Apple peaks. Now we have, looks like Apple peaked and then Bitcoin is still charging up. So I don't know if that helps me with anything or not. I don't know. I could have to look at that one a little bit more. But again, Apple's kind of rolling over. Let's go into the Magnificent Seven here. Tesla doesn't look all that hot. This needs time to consolidate. So it's interesting, right? And then you have Nvidia. Nvidia just being a beast, holding up what I would consider the entire market, semiconductors. See, this is just like, I don't know. I'm still not convinced. I think we're kind of in a blow-off move here. And I say that for a couple of reasons. Look at gold. Gold's up another 1.5% today. Gold on the monthly. Let's zoom in on the daily. Over to the weekly. Gold is breaking out, and gold is going to all-time highs. Oh man, I just can't. You know what? Let's add Bitcoin to this chart too. Why not? Let's get funky. Bitcoin goes up, gold consolidates. Bitcoin enters a correction, gold breaks out. Bitcoin breaks out right here, gold goes into a consolidation. What's gold doing right now? Gold is breaking out. That would point to me that Bitcoin will go in for a correction, I think. What happened when gold broke out right here? Bitcoin was topping mid-cycle top into the C19 crash here. Interesting. I don't know. I need to spend more time with it to really deliver a message to you guys. I'm kind of just going through it today with you, but let's continue on with these puzzle pieces. Silver looking strong as ever, so coiled. Silver can move super fast, super quick. And that points me to think like we need to be looking, crypto could be, I want to say crypto could be topping out. As much as I'm going to be hated for saying that, I think we've got to be looking at gold miners, silver miners. I love my uranium miners. But man, I don't know. Uranium, we got to keep hanging in there. It's tough. I'm not going to lie. It's tough. But we're kind of in a broadening wedge. We'd love to see a bounce here. It's still super early in the month. Not a great looking month candle so far, but this is going to take time, guys. Going to take time. We're over this moving average, over the cloud. We can consolidate. We can consolidate until the end of the year, or even more. No one knows. So I don't know. It's interesting. Google has me intrigued. Apple has me intrigued. Bitcoin, man, I don't know. This already has broken down out of a trend line. It's gone back up into that trend. Look at the S&P versus PPI at the top. It's at the top here. So I don't know. Is S&P going to break out versus PPI from a trend line that dates back to 1918? Probably further. I don't know, man. I'm not sold that it would. Gold breaking out, silver showing a ton of strength, Google rolling over. I don't know, guys. Let me know what your thoughts. Help me put this puzzle together. Give me your thoughts. Give me your comments. Let me know if this is helpful for you or if it's not, if I'm just speaking into the void. Leave a like. I'll see you guys in the next video. See you guys.